Talk to your players, Joni, about the challenge. Some of them didn't play last year, about 3 games in 3 days.
Yeah.
How different that is, the challenge particularly for them.
Well, especially this time of year, normally it's something we hope to see in the SEC tournament because we're on a roll. Um, it it is something that will train us well for what we're going to see later, but it's where we talk about taking the mental reps and having a quick turnaround, and it's why in some cases you want some things already like in the bank, done, like put up, so we're not spending time talking about with a quick turnaround, how are we going to defend this? How are we going to do that? Because if we've been locked in, if we're not behind, then we already know how to do those things. That is a concern for me just because I do feel like we are behind defensively and offensively. And so we're going to have to rely on who we feel like is locked in and who can get it. And so the conversation just will be like, our rotation is whatever it is. Everybody needs to be ready, but everybody needs to also understand with the quick turnaround and the types of teams that we're playing, it's not equal opportunity.
You can see some quality competition.
Yeah.
Villanova, kind of what challenges do they?
They're really talented. They spread you out. They spread you 5 out, and they all, screen, slip. They do a great job of making reads, feeding off of each other, and then they get you in the middle of the floor, at the top of the key, and they turn their back to you and back you down, and just continue to work you until they can get into a position to either take a shot or you come help, and then they kick it to someone else. And so they're really good at identifying mismatches. If you take switches, they try to identify what the mismatch is, and then they exploit it.
Do you need Jada to be the kind of Jada that she was last week moving forward? Is that what you need?
Well, yeah, hopefully that Jada stays, right? I think we all know that that's the Jada that we were looking forward to seeing last year. And then she got hurt. I mean, I think people forget she had a really good sophomore year. And, where she's picking up right where she left off, it's just been a year in the works because of her injury. We do have a size advantage against Villanova. If Villanova has watched the Northwestern State game, I'm expecting them to pack the paint and dare us to shoot the basketball, and so we've got to make sure we do a good job of running the floor, trying to score before they can get their defense set, and then when Jada's got opportunities to post up and be big, we've got to give her the basketball.
So Hara said a big area for growth for the girls has been communication.
Yeah.
How do you feel like that's progressed over the last couple weeks?
It's gotten better. It's still not where it needs to be. We make a lot of assumptions. Oh, I thought you knew we were in this, or I thought you knew I had this person. And instead of assuming it, why not just talk it? We always tell them, just talk what you're doing. Talk what you're doing. If you've got the ball, you've got ball. If you're in deny, if you're whatever it is, just talk what you're doing. And that's a great place to start. So we've gotten better at that. We still have room. We're always going to have room to improve as it relates to communication.
Sticking with Sahara, what went into having her play some at point? What were those conversations like? What have you seen?
Yeah, I mean, she's done it all summer, all fall. We just never were in a position to do it in a game. So it wasn't a shock to us. It wasn't a shock to her. She plays the one in practice all the time. Sahara is very versatile. We can put her at a lot of different spots. And so after Soleil played a little bit, we decided to pull her. She was in pain, and we just didn't want to risk her putting herself in any more pain. And so she's pulled. Erica Moon is on limited minutes. And so we said, Sahara, go run the point. And she said, okay. I mean, it's what we've done. She ran it in Italy this summer. She's done it in practice. We want to be able to put her, as well as AC, and any of our players who can play multiple positions. We want to give them all those opportunities when the time presents itself.
Do you enjoy these overseas trips, and how do you feel like early in the season these kind of help you you talked a little bit about the 3 games, 3 days, how that helps.
Mm-hmm.
Just how do these kind of help you?
Well, the talent, you mentioned it earlier. I mean, the talent we're going to face, like we start out with Villanova, and then we potentially have either North Carolina or Ball State, but Indiana is there. I mean, Baylor is there. There's so many teams we could face that are just going to be so good for us, and we need to play against teams like this because obviously our conference is a bear. Our players need that. So I'm excited about the opportunity, and then anytime you can take them to a place that is beautiful and they can hopefully enjoy it, and some of them have never been to the Bahamas before, so it's a great opportunity for them there as well.
So what is the game plan at point guard this weekend? You're going to start with Sol and use the other ladies?
Yeah, we'll start with Soleil. Soleil's fine. I say she's fine. She's got some knee pain, but she's gonna go. She could have gone Sunday if we absolutely needed her. We're just trying to be smart about it because we do know this week we've got 3 games in 3 days.